Hi everyone, welcome to another video. If this is your first time, hi, I'm Arlathia. So for this video, we have another comic page, and I don't have a sketch for this because this was a random filler page I came up with. Here's a sketch. So essentially what this is it's just kind of like the aftermath of her getting the elemental stone. And like they're all feeling like that vibration, like the rumble, like the earthquake or whatever you want to call it, that came from that. So they're all just kind of feeling it and they don't know quite what's going on. They do though. So this wasn't really a necessary page. I just wanted to put it in there just to kind of introduce some characters and to show you what's coming. I was not very specific about exactly what animals they were, but I did try to show like different backgrounds and whatnot to give hints as to what they were, but eventually you will meet them. So, but yeah, so these are some of the main villains right here. I don't want to show you too much about them yet because we're not there. My camera moved, sorry. Well, not it moved, but I tapped it and it just started swinging everywhere and I said no. I'm like, why do this? Um, but I just want to kind of give you like a heads up of what's coming, of some of the characters you'll meet and everything, and just start giving more stories about details about the story as it goes on. Was my plan. But overall, this was a very, very quick page to do. It took me 2 days to do it. I could have done this in one, but I got to the colored pencil part and I said, I don't want to work on this anymore, so I stopped. But it was very quick, again, just a filler. I'm like, nothing too detailed, nothing crazy, because I'm like, I don't want it to be that. Like, I just want to give you guys a little something. But, I mean, this isn't really a necessary page, so if you don't. So. But I just wanted to put it in there because it was just kind of an off the head thing, and I just wanted it. But the next page I have is also like that. Again, it's just a filler, it's not necessary, but I feel like it just kind of adds a little more to the story. It might just kind of be like some backstory type of thing, but it just kind of gives you more idea of what's going on. But yeah, this was just kind of a random off the head. I wasn't going to, but I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna throw it in there. So here is the inking. I forgot what this was called. The line art, whatever you want to call it. That's what this one is. I mean, overall it was fine, but yeah, it really didn't take me that long at all. I just had to do some stuff. But yeah, it was not very detailed because I was like, I just didn't want it to be just something kind of quick, easy to do. So hopefully it's okay. I mean, again, I'm trying to tell myself not everything has to be extremely detailed and like how I normally do it. It's okay to try and go simple every now and then. That's what this is. It's just there's just a bunch of different panels on here. Definitely more than there normally should be. But I was like, it's okay. I'm like, it's just here. I just gave him an extra finger. It's okay. I tried to fix it. Just ignore it. Um, but yeah, I just didn't want it to be anything super crazy. So I was just trying to like show you a little bit of who they are, but nothing like crazy. I was trying to like, show that they were kind of watching them like on monitors. Because they like this is a magic area, like they have the magic, so it's like they can do what they want. So that's what I was trying to show here. Then you got these 3 panels up here. But you can see like I'm trying to introduce some characters that are gonna be coming. But I didn't want to give away too much of what they were. I mean, you could probably guess at least what the first one is, obviously. Kind of easy, especially if you watch my other videos. You know how I draw my dragon scales. Yes, he's a dragon. He's actually one of the main ones in one of the other races, which you'll meet. And the other 2, I'm not going to tell you who they are yet, because we're not there yet. But even, like, with the races, I try to give them their own personalities and, like, their own backgrounds, so you can kind of see, like, where they live at and just how they are. So I was like, I'm going to give you a hint, but not too much of a hint, so I'm going to give it away just yet. But eventually you will find out and you'll get to see them all. So I'm kind of excited. It's going to be coming, though, soon, I promise. It'll be good. But I don't know, it was actually kind of fun. It was just a little different, kind of interesting to see what I could do and start, like, trying to plan out how I want to do their clothes and whatnot. Because I am very picky about how they do the clothes. Like, when I do the wings, Like, you'll never really see this, which is fun, unless, well, eventually when I start doing, like, my character stuff, like, I'll show you their clothes. But, like, especially, like, if they have wings or something, or, like, quills like Arlathia does, or just their hair and whatnot that comes off of them, I have slits that I on the back of the clothes, because I think about this. Like, I don't just make the clothes, like, I think about how these clothes function. So it seems a little more realistic. So they either have slits or they have, like, zippers. So, like, if they have wings, like this middle one where it's attached to the arms with the wings, I make zippers on the clothes. So when they unzip them, it just comes off. Like, they don't have to physically take it off. They just unzip and it just falls off of them, if you will. But now if it's, like, just wings on their back, like the first panel, then they have slits that the wings kind of just go through, and, like, their tails, so I think, because again, this is, like, magical, the clothes are stretchy. Because I tried to make it like a mesh on the clothes. You can't tell. Like, I was just trying to, like, make it seem like that way. The colors were also, sorry, the colors also on here were actually kind of fun to pick, because I was like, what colors do I want? I just picked some random colors. This last one, that was kind of interesting. Um, but, like, when you put their tails in, their pants and their shorts or whatever, they have holes, but I feel like, because it's, like, stretchy kind of material, they can just kind of just fit through. Like, it stretches around them, like, they don't have to sit there and fight it. Like, if they have, like, pants on, they have stuff coming back of their calves. There's holes there too, so or slits depending on what they have. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, how's this gonna work? How's this operate? Because I just can't sit there and just draw it on there and be like, yeah, it's fine. Oh no, I have to think about this. So that's just what I kind of thought. So I just kind of made it interesting that way. But you'll also see, like, I try to do, like, blue light on here, because I know when I do screens, it's blue light. So I was trying to actually do that, which was, again, different for me, because I don't normally do that kind of stuff. So I thought it actually helped, and I thought it looked good. We'll just practice a little bit more, that's okay. But, like, for my first attempt, I thought I did fine. Um, but we'll get back into the action. But yeah, not the next page. Well, I guess kind of, but again, it's just like another part filler. It's nothing super interesting. But I do want to throw a little comedy in here. Like, I'm gonna try to overall. But also, with going back to the clothes, like, they have different clothes they wear. Like, what you see, like, yes, everyone has the same type of clothing. That is just, like, their kind of, like, normal wear if they're going out for, like, a fight, or if they're on an adventure or whatever. That is just what they wear. It's just, like, for protection purposes. So it's lazy because everything looks the exact same. I know, but I'm also like, it's more function than fashion for these. But I also made it easy on myself because everyone does wear the exact same thing. Like, I don't have to sit there and plan all these different clothes. How for their normal clothes, but when they have to, like, going out clothes, or oh my gosh, event clothes, or, like, dance clothes, or whatever you want to call it. They are different, so that I'll have to kind of come up with. But at least for the generic clothes that you see in them all the time, they're all the same. And I'm fine with that. Again, it's just easier for me, and it's just quicker. Because I know what they all look like, so I'm like, here. It's just a matter sometimes of where the colors go. Sometimes I forget where the colors go, and I'm like, no. And then I mess it up. So I'm like, okay. So I have to try and fix it. But for the most part, I do pretty well. But, like, with Celestin, because he's white, gray, and purple, his gray and because the white, I don't put down a base color. It's white. Like, I don't have to. So when I do the gray or whatever, I'm like, or the purple, and I'm like, where do these go? Because it's white is his main color, purple is his secondary, and then the gray is his third. So I have to sit here and I'm like, where do these colors? Like, especially when I'm doing the gray, I'm like, where does this go? So that one kind of takes me a minute. Or, like, on this dragon, like his hand, I had to do the reverse of what I do for Arlathia. Because she's dark green, green, blue, and black. Those are, like, her color order. He is green, dark green, and black. So I had to switch around the greens, and that took me a minute because I'm like, where does this one go? And I'm like, oh, that's right. This is the main color now, secondary. So sometimes that kind of mixes me up, but it's okay. It's just a slower process, but I'll get there. I just have to do it a little bit more, and it'll be okay. I mean, the rest of them are fine. Like, they're not too bad. But yeah, there are times I'm like, I get a brain fart, and I'm like, Well, where do you go? And then I have to figure that part out. And I'm like, okay. So, but overall, they still look good though. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of nice to do a page like really quickly because it just super easy and simple. I said, oh, good. Because I didn't want to do anything like too long because it's just a pain in the butt, especially when it's like constantly doing that kind of stuff. So just to have a break from it and do something simpler is nice. And then we have this nice blue. I do love that color blue. Like, that's probably my favorite color blue because it's nice. I think it's true blue is what it's called. But I don't know. It's just a very pretty blue. I like it. Because it's like, it does stand out against the rest of her. Because that black and the dark green are dark colors, but that green and the blue are very nice. But the blue is just a little bit different, but it still fits. But it does kind of pop out on her. I don't know, I like it. It's just nice and it's different. I try to add the white in just to add in some more deep. I was like, why am I adding blue on him? But I forgot it's a blue light. I don't know what I'm doing. Um. Oh, but I just add the whites on there for like extra highlights. I'm thinking about like using paint for very specific areas, and I probably should. Just dabbing a tiny bit and just doing it here and there, not thin crazy. But I've thought about that. And I think it might help. I can still add the white on there just to help lighten up some areas like that. But just add the white for very specific areas. I think would help my drawing even more. And it would just kind of help it pop more. So I might have to. Because I have plenty of white paint. I even have gesso. So I'm like, I could use whatever I want to do. But I think it would be good just instead of just using white pencil. And just add that on top too. Just like little dots or whatever. Maybe little lines here and there. But nothing super crazy. Because I don't want to get that crazy with it. Because I feel like at that point I'd probably mess it up. And I don't want to mess it up. Because I can't use gel pens on the colored pencil I've tried. It clogs them up. Like, it works for a minute. And then just clogs. And I can't get it to unclog. And I'm like, ugh. So I just can't use the white gel pens. Or the Posca. I tried Posca too because I have a Posca pen. I've tried. It doesn't work either. So that's why I might just have to stick with paint and see if paint works. Because it probably would. If I tried it. But I don't know. Maybe the next one I can. But the next drawing I'm working on I can't because of what it is. Like, you'll see, but I'm like, it just wouldn't look right if I did that. Oh, and now we're on the satisfaction. And the last panel. We're almost there. But yeah, so you can see it was very quick, simple, and easy. Because I didn't do anything uber crazy, so I just didn't want to. But just for like a nice little filler page, I was like, that's okay. And here's the end of it. So you can kind of see quick, easy, nothing too complicated. I think the most complicated parts were just at the very three first panels. So those didn't take me long. But here's just the run through. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!